Thanks for checking out this haul video. So this is the last of the haul of Vinegar Syndrome stuff that I got from what they released for September, as well as the September sale that they had, which was the Labor Day warehouse sale where they were trying to make more room in their warehouse. So these are the final ones. Again, I have these in order of the ones I'm least excited about to the one that I'm most excited about. And yeah, the other reminder, put in the comments if there are any of these titles you see me talk about that you would really like me to do an in-depth review and analysis on. Otherwise, these at some point will be done just as short movie reviews, 60 seconds or less, that'll go on the channel. So let's go ahead and get into this one. We are going first with one of their double features, which is Nothing Underneath, as well as Too Beautiful to Die. I love the artwork on both of these. Very nice. And then this is what I have chosen for the inside cover. Looks pretty cool. The alternate would have been this, which is also cool, but I just like the other one more. So let's read about these. Bob Crane has long maintained a psychic connection to his twin sister, Jessica, who works as a fashion model in Milan. When Bob senses that his sister might be injured or killed, he travels to Italy to look for her, only to discover that she's vanished without a trace. Enlisting the help of about-to-retire Commissioner Denesi, Bob soon finds himself embroiled in a web of mystery and terror when a scissors-wielding killer begins to strike, and all clues lead back to Jessica, a highly entertaining and unexpectedly raunchy late-period giallo, clearly taking a cue from the American slasher craze. Carlo Vanzina's Nothing Underneath amps up its mid-'80s stylings and stars prolific TV actor, oh my gosh, Tom Shanley, who was in Dexter apparently, Danish fashion model Renee Simonson, and Donald Pleasance. Nice. Anyway, for the next one, a group of high fashion models have been invited to an isolated house to attend a party. As the night wears on, one of the models falls victim to a deadly accident, which sets into motion a series of brutal murders, all traced back to a shocking secret. And in name only, it should have been and in name only, sequel to Nothing Underneath, prolific commercial director Dario Piana's feature film debut, Too Beautiful to Die. It's a quickly paced, ultra-stylized, and satisfyingly violent giallo/slasher hybrid. Sounds interesting. Both of them do. There's some pretty decent amount of special features on here, it looks like. I didn't know prior to just reading that these were actually, well, kind of related. That it's a in-name only sequel to Nothing Underneath, Too Beautiful to Die. So I am still interested in those. I wouldn't have bought them otherwise. This is one of the ones that they had up for sale for that warehouse sale, Labor Day warehouse sale. So see how this one goes. Then the next one, I found someone on YouTube who was recommending this movie because I kind of look for those things every now and then because I'm like, what have I missed? What's really good that's out there? Because you're not going to find them all. And other people make videos and kind of say, like, what gems there are. And this is one of them. And I was like, oh, man, that does sound really awesome. And that's Through the Fire. And was this one of the sale ones? This may have not been on sale. I may have just gotten it anyway. No, I think it was one of the sale ones, actually. And then here's the back. I forget who it was, but the person was saying that, like, people really were sleeping on this one, and they shouldn't be because it's actually a really fun time. The Gates of Hell, Dead Awakening. Nice. And then the inside's just about the same. Okay, so let's talk about The Gates of Hell, Dead Awakening, or Through the Fire. After finding a strange-looking amulet, a young woman mysteriously vanishes. Her sister Sandra, finding the police to be of little help, turns to a rogue officer named Nick, who senses that something evil is afoot. However, the strange disappearance is only the beginning of a horrifying nightmare, as a satanic sect, which worships the god Moloch, are determined to do anything in their power to retrieve the ancient amulet as a means of bringing their unholy master to life and ushering in hell on earth. It's up to Nick and Tamara to face off against not only the monstrous cult, but their monstrous deity. Interesting. Sounds fun. Like I said, the person who recommended it really talked me into it, and then I also found a trailer for it. Looks fun. So, looking forward to Through the Fire. The next one is actually sold out at this point, and this is not one that I bought on sale. It's one I've been tracking that I really wanted that was selling pretty quickly from when it was released, but I was keeping an eye on it just to see how long I could wait. So I had to buy it at its full price, unfortunately, because I really did want it. But people seem pretty interested in this one, and that is Villages of the Damned. So you can still buy Villages of the Damned on Vinegar Syndrome, but they just don't have this nice boxed version anymore. So there's Villages of the Damned. It is 3 horrors from Spain. It's a nice looking back. It is one of the ones that has a booklet inside. So yeah, some stuff to be reading. And then it has this inside cover, which looks pretty interesting. I did watch the trailer for this one, and there's some wild looking stuff in this. I love this artwork. It's really nice. So there's some really wild looking stuff. And then more artwork. Check that one out. Nice. And it's all the same inside. Repeats. Okay, so there's 3 movies in this one, obviously, all from Spain. I'll read you the intro thing. Beginning in the late 60s and lasting through the end of Franco's iron-fisted rule, genre filmmakers working in Spain began using the horror genre to astutely comment on issues of class, religion, governance, and the horrors of day-to-day life. So it's basically 3 of those types of films. So the first one is called El Bosque del Lobo, which is the Forest of the Wolf, from 1970. The first in a series of dark folk horrors directed by multi-Goya award-winning auteur Pedro Olea. El Bosque del Lobo, the Forest of the Wolf, tells the story of Benito Ferrer, an impoverished peddler and frequent petty thief who may or may not be a werewolf. Nevertheless, he is often overcome by animalistic instincts to kill, resulting in superstition and panic in a nearby village. It's a cold and unsettling study of a serial killer set against a backdrop of religious conservatism in 19th century rural Spain. They say it's Olea's masterpiece of dread. I'm very interested in that one. The next one is called Las Flores del Vicio, or The Sky is Falling, The Sky is Falling. This one's from 1975. A group of spoiled middle-aged Americans living on the outskirts of a poor coastal community are visited by a mysterious foursome of beautiful youths who seem to have been sent to fulfill their darkest desires, but it quickly becomes apparent that these sensual and attractive youngsters have a far more sinister and deadly purpose. This is my purchase, not an incredibly colorful, oftentimes surreal and darkly humorous morality fable decrying the perverse excesses indulged in by the rich. Quite interesting. Definitely interested in that one. And then the final one is Beatriz. That one's from 1976. While walking through the woods, young Juan witnesses a group of bandits attempting to rob and kill a friar, only for the priest to end up slaying several of his attackers. Seeking refuge in Juan's family home, where he lives with his mother and sister Beatriz, the friar becomes an object of both lust and fear for the members of the household after a mysterious illness befalls Beatriz, as suspicion mounts that he might be an agent of Satan. Quite interesting. It's a cryptic tale of possession. Goya award-winning art house filmmaker Gonzalo Suarez's Beatriz was the director's only folk horror feature and remains among his most tense and unsettling works. It's dripping with gothic atmosphere. See, they all sound really good, in my opinion, so totally down for it. Very excited for this one, which is why it was my second to last to go over in this. Got to put all the components back, and this is a very nice package. All right, and then coming down to the last one, and this is one I've actually seen before. I've actually watched a few times before because I discovered it when it was originally on Shudder. It's not on Shudder right now, unfortunately, but it could be on Tubi. They get a lot of Vinegar Syndrome on Tubi, but this is one I love, and it's Hellmaster. I wish I could have got the slipcase version, but that's been gone for a long time. This was one of the ones that was on sale, thankfully. I was so excited. It's not selling well. It hasn't sold well, but people are really sleeping on this one. It's if you like So Bad It's Good movies and you like John Saxon, because John Saxon's in it, you gotta watch this movie. You have to. It's so good. So there's the artwork. There really isn't any artwork on the back. And the alternate artwork, also not looking great, is this. Just to give you a little taste of what's in the movie. Kind of ridiculous, but I love this movie. It's so ridiculous. Decades ago, deranged Professor Jones concocted a diabolical drug at a rural college called the Nietzsche Experiment, designed to give its users telepathic abilities, but instead turn anyone who took it into violent lunatics. Now, 20 years later, Jones has returned to resume his experiments and avenge himself against those he feels wronged him and his work. Armed with a group of hideously deformed mutant slaves, it's not long before the tranquil college becomes host to vicious violence and carnage. It's fun. I'll tell you, it's fun. Like I said, if you like John Saxon, because he always does the best he can, it's worth watching for John Saxon. And if you just like So Bad It's Good movies, it's definitely worth watching that. There's some like trippy elements that they throw into it that's just kind of weird, but it's a weird story. It's terrible, but it's fun terrible. So those are all the rest of the ones that I got from September for Vinegar Syndrome. I am a subscriber, so I will keep doing more videos as I keep getting more Vinegar Syndrome stuff. It's always exciting for me. I love doing these videos. Probably my favorite videos to do right now, honestly. But thank you, everyone, for checking this out. Go ahead and comment on if you have any of these in mind that you really want me to do a full review on. Or also tell me what you've picked up recently. What are you excited about? It doesn't have to be Vinegar Syndrome. It doesn't even have to be horror. You can just tell me what you picked up and really are excited about. Because that's what this is about. It's about kind of sharing my love of things with other people online, and then those people sharing their love of things with me, and we just get to nerd out about loving things, and it's fun. You know, it's fun to be a nerd like that. Do me a quick favor, though. Hit subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I would greatly appreciate that. Go ahead and hit like on the video if you like it to any degree, and hit the notification bell button if you want to know when I'm putting up new videos, which I'm doing at least 3 a week at this point. But thank you so much for checking this out, and until next time, keep it brutal.